Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of Arch Rivals. Your boy Corey Parson, the fantasy executive. WR, the homie Blaze. I want to thank each and every single subscriber so far. See that you're enjoying the content and the programming. We appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have some more stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks that you can get involved in. If you like to play Survivor, there'll be a link in the bio. You can get involved in a Survivor League over at Splash Sports. You know what I'm saying? One winner a week. I don't even think Blaze would be able to mess that up.
This guy, man. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm gonna do with this guy, man? Every week, man. What I'm gonna do with this guy? You lucky you my little bro. But little bros can get their ass whooped too. I'm just letting you know.
I'm tough. Man. I'm tough, son. I'm tough. You know what I'm saying? All right, coming up on the show today, I do want to get the GOAT conversation started. You know what I'm saying? Since we really got like this final little week before we really get hot and heavy in the football. Got a big Saturday of college football coming up. And then obviously next week we head into week 1. So looking forward to the start of the season. And that's when things will really get rocking. So you want to talk about GOAT, NBA, NFL, players, coaches, point guard, and our quarterback, just leaders. You know what I'm saying? We'll discuss that right there. But I think we'd be fitting if we start with the latest news in sports media. Earlier this week, we saw the debut of FS1's new Undisputed. Skip Bayless' first couple programs, he rolls out with Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson, and Richard Sherman. Lil Wayne also made a appearance. Haven't seen Rachel Nichols and the rest of the crew yet. Did hear that Josina Anderson is going to be a part of the show. So Skip really keeping it all the way a buck. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it all the way a buck, getting him a nice colored staff. You know what I'm saying? You know, Cameron May said that's how Skip make it. You got to be making it because you got to have black people around him to make it.
I'll show you, Shannon. I can hear him now. I'll show you, Shannon. I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you. Wow, that's crazy. But listen. Skip is not a fool. Like you said, you got to get that color up in there. But plus at the same time too, you got to get former athletes in there. That's just the way of the media now. That's the way of these debate shows. Yep. You know, like I said, man, like we talked before, you and I can't get a shot because we didn't play professional sports. But we talk like them. We know stuff like them. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You know, we kick the same knot as they do. But, you know, so yeah, I'm telling you right now, Undisputed ain't for me. It's a Cowboy-based show. And during the season, it's going to be a LeBron-based show. Two people that I do not root for, you know. But I will not deny that the Cowboys is a great franchise.
It's ratings gold.
As ratings go. And I also understand LeBron James is going to be the talk. I just don't root for either one. So I'm going to go back to First Take. I'm going to go ahead and take my remote, my little Roku remote, flip it on back over to First Take. I can't do this Undisputed. They're just picking up where they left off. 2 straight days, they open up the show with the Cowboys. What they talked about this morning with the Cowboys, they could have talked about yesterday. Bad producing. I don't know who the producers are, but then again, too, who knows? Skip is probably in on those producer meetings. He probably has a lot of input, you know, especially as far as what they're going to talk about. So, I don't know, man. We'll give it a chance. I love Michael Irvin. I love him. But I'm going to tell you what's going to end up happening. Within 2 weeks, in one of them production meetings, they're going to tell Mike, look, Mike, Skip is not the moderator here. Like, Skip couldn't get a word in yesterday. Skip could not get a word in.
Told Michael Irvin to come to bring it in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they've already told him that because he seemed a little bit more relaxed in the second episode than he did the first episode. But I think that's a part of what Michael Irvin is. You know
Absolutely.
What I'm saying? You know, he has that ability, and then he gets that, and the Dallas Cowboys, you know what I'm saying? And so he really is very entertaining and makes himself out to a character. I thought Richard Sherman was better in this format than he is on the Amazon desk. I thought Keyshawn Johnson, he's very safe, smart analysis, not a real big personality, but a guy that's been there. You know what I'm saying? Dallas Cowboys obviously going to be a topic. LeBron James obviously going to be a topic.
Every day.
That's where the ratings come in at. And now the fact that you can kind of mix, especially this week, those 2 big franchises with the Cowboys and the 49ers having this Trey Lance trade. this is like an explosion for sports media and for this week because they want to talk about Dallas and San Francisco, and particularly Dak Prescott and Jerry Jones.
That's true. Let me ask you this. What do you think about that bullshit with him and Richard Sherman did, like to kind of, to break the ice when, they were explaining to the fans that shit was whack. That was whacker than the thing with he and Shannon. Yeah. Oh, you didn't catch that?
I didn't know. I saw it, but I didn't think they needed that. You know what I'm
saying? They didn't need that at all.
They needed that. Yeah.
They didn't need that at all. That's what I'm saying. Who's the producer? But again, probably goes back to Skip. That's probably something Skip wanted to do. He and Shannon did the same thing, remember? They took time out to talk about the tweet he made that night of the Monday Night Football game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. So script. I mean, this thing with Richard Sherman, and like Skip's favorite thing is, okay, I'm gonna explain my version first, and then I'll let you go. What had happened was, you so remember. Me and Rich Sherman and Stephen A. Smith were on ESPN First Take, and then when he's done, he's like, okay, now you go, Richard. What? Oh, man. But as far as that Trey Lance thing, bro, why? Don't answer the question. Why?
Well, I think I give you a couple of reasons. Now you have a person in your quarterback room. Your season was ended by the San Francisco 49ers 2 years in a row. Now you got a person in that quarterback room that can give you insight on the San Francisco 49ers offense. And the thing that I think is most critical, now you got Dak Prescott looking over his shoulder. And Dak Prescott needs to look over his shoulder. Trey Lance will probably never take a snap as a Dallas Cowboy quarterback, but Dak needs to know that he's got to play better. Because he does have to play better.
But trading for him to me was absolutely dumb. That was stupid. Because it's not helping you win. It's not helping you win. If you wanted to make a statement, why didn't you go after Aaron Rodgers when he was available? If you wanted to make a statement, hold on. You wanted to make a statement. All we hear every year from Jerry Jones during the summer is, nothing less than a Super Bowl. Well, bruh, Dak ain't it. If you was trying to make a splash, why didn't you at least put some fillers out for Aaron Rodgers? You put fillers out for everything else. Your team name comes up for everything else every time a superstar is available. You didn't get DeAndre Hopkins. You didn't get Odell Beckham, but you didn't get these guys. But you keep talking about that you want to win. You want to win right now.
You kept talking about that. They went out and got T.Y. Hilton, and he was serviceable. Jerry said Odell was hurt.
I'm talking about
washed up.
Okay, we'll see. Don't worry. We'll see. Keep talking about we want this year is the year. This year not. Yeah, whatever, man. You
get Aaron Rodgers. Now you got two quarterbacks making $40 million. Trey Lance gonna make $6 million. That's nothing. This is okay if he develops, fine. If he doesn't, so what? What I found interesting, as he said in 2020. If Hurts would have fell, they would have took Hurts. To me,
that's what they said.
He's not sold on Dak Prescott, and I don't blame him.
What do you give him all that money for then?
What are you going to do? Start over at that point?
See, Cowboy fans remind me of LeBron James fans.
Oh, boy, here we go.
It's like, bro, you talk out of both sides of your mouth, but you want to win. But you want to win. That's all you keep talking about. Why did you give him the money? Why didn't you just go after somebody else? If you're not a fan of his, why'd you give him all that money? Because I'm telling you, he ain't it. Y'all not going to no Super Bowl win. Your defense is not that elite to take Dak to the Super Bowl.
Oh, I don't know if that. I would not say that defense is not that elite. That defense is going to be an elite defense.
We're going to see
the best defense in the NFL.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not.
All right.
No, it's not.
We'll see what happens.
We sure will. I won't be watching Undisputed. That's for sure. I definitely can't. Man, I woke up this morning. I'm thinking, I'm turning on. Maybe
about Little League World Series. What do you want to talk about?
And they opened up again with the Cowboys again.
I said, here we go. It's a topic. It's a television show. This is things people want to talk about. Everybody has an opinion about the Dallas Cowboys. You just don't like that.
Every morning. Man, I wouldn't listen. I don't care if they had debate shows in the 90s and they talked about the Bulls every morning. Man, I'm not trying to hear that. That's just my makeup. That's just how my aura is. I don't keep hearing the same thing over and over and over. That's just me, man. That's just me. I'm just one guy. I'm just one guy.
All right. All right, let's get into the GOATS debate. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
let's.
Let's start in the NBA and let's start right at the top. Now, I'll set it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really going to get much of an argument out of me on this one, right? Because I'm going to go with LeBron James. He's the man that has the scoring record all time. He's the guy that came from 3-1 down to beat the greatest basketball team ever assembled in the Golden State Warriors in 2016. The men lie, women lie, numbers don't. The all-time scoring leader, that's a fact. Coming back from 3-1 to beat a team that won 73 games, that's a fact. So when you have those two facts, and not to mention going into year 21, averaging 29 points a game, LeBron James never took off a season and a half or 2 seasons to go play baseball. He just stood there, grinded it out, played basketball on teams that did not have the other pieces around it, like Michael Jordan did.
Oh my
know
gracious.
how much of a killer Michael Jordan is.
Go, bro.
Now, as a person who was a Knicks fan in that era, you could say that I'm biased in that. But for me, the best basketball player of all time plays for the Los Angeles Lakers. Currently, his name is LeBron James. We know him as the King. The King James version.
Well, the reason why I'm not gonna get too worked up, because the last 10 years, just talking about sports is totally different. All we do is give passes to superstars. We make excuses for superstars' loss. That's all we do. Before 10 years ago, we never heard about, well, man, Karl Malone and Barkley lost. They just didn't have enough. They didn't have enough help. We never heard that from anybody. Even when the Knicks lost. Oh, the Knicks didn't have enough help. That's why they couldn't beat Mike. Oh, Portland didn't have Drexler didn't have enough help. That's why they couldn't beat the Bulls. This is some new shit, bruh, that's just come about where we make excuses for losses. I'm from the old school. I'll be 53 years old next week. I'm a 70s baby. I don't come from that era where we justify losses and where we praise second place. We don't praise second place. We just don't. You guys do. You just alluded to it. Yeah, well, he also played with 7 years where he didn't have a piece around. So what? Whose problem is that?
Okay, I'll buy it.
So you wait. So you get a pass because of that?
If you're the man, you should get it done.
Okay, so let me tell you this. Okay, let me ask you this. So what happened in 2011 when J.J. Barrera and Jason Terry locked him up? Man, listen, I got all day.
That was a young LeBron, and that was a time in his life where he was going through a lot mentally. That was not.
Listen to this.
That was bad. That was the worst loss. Please, that was the worst loss, no doubt. But
listen to this.
To an historical franchise like the Golden State Warriors, who put together the super team of super teams,
beat him one time.
He did, and came back from 3-1 to do it.
So what? So what?
That's GOAT.
That makes him the GOAT. So the GOAT criteria has it's not like the bar is not even here anymore. But the GOAT criteria is here now because he came back and beat the second best team ever assembled. Ever. Because we already know 1996 is what it was. 72-10, baby. Right through the playoffs.
Golden State won more games.
And they didn't win a championship that year.
They got beat by LeBron James.
So what?
They got beat by LeBron James.
We didn't even go to.
They had a 3-1 lead on LeBron James and
and we know what happened. Hold on. So I'm gonna do what you. So you know what? Let me revert like LeBron James fans do. Now I'm about to sound. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is not me. Now I'm about to talk like a LeBron James fan. Man. Everybody know if Draymond would have played, man, that wouldn't have happened. Man, we all know that.
I'm not going to say that. I think the Cavaliers were on a mission.
Oh, man, Cavaliers wasn't going to do nothing. They were down 3-1 and left for dead, and you know it. So, okay, let me ask you this. Kareem Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
second leading scorer.
Was number one for years.
Now he's
Was
number
he?
two.
Was he ever talked? Hold on. Was he ever talked about as the unanimous undisputed GOAT?
No.
Because he. And see, that's my argument with you, LeBron James fan. Kareem was never considered the undisputed GOAT ever. So why is LeBron? Because he's number one.
LeBron is my GOAT. I'm not
Right.
saying he's undisputed. I'm saying if there is obviously Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, they have their stands who want to support them. I'm supporting the guy that I like, just so happens to be the guy that beat the best team ever and the guy that has the most points ever. That's my argument for my guy. Your argument for your guy is 6 championships, no
change
losses,
the game,
no game 7s, greatness. Took a couple years off.
Yeah, okay. And then came and came back and did what? Came back. Oh, wait. Let me try. Let me see. I didn't hear you. Let me see if I can turn my headphones up. He came back a year and a half and did what?
And won some more.
No, how many?
He won another 3.
I can't hear you, bro. I can't hear you, bro.
He won another 3. You know what I'm saying? Listen,
there's only 3 teams that hold a true basketball championship dynasty. Not this win 2 shit, lose the next year and come back. 3 teams. The 60s Celtics, the 90s Bulls twice, and Kobe and Shaq's Lakers. The only NBA dynasty. True dynasties. Not the bullshit. Okay? Only 3. Golden State couldn't do it. And I hate the fact that LeBron James fans are mad at KD because KD did a him on him. He just did it better.
I have no problem with what Kevin Durant did.
Now, did LeBron James start the super team? I don't believe that. I've never said he started. Who started the super team?
The Celtics.
Was Boston. No, bro. Boston.
Celtics.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Boston. Boston started it. Then LeBron came. But what LeBron did, like what they did, I was like, wow. You know, now he did create a super team. And then everybody got mad at KD because KD did a him on him, and he even did it better. Period. I don't want to hear this shit about LeBron James. You know they went 12-1 in the East that year. That they lost to the first KD Warriors team. They ran, but hold on, they ran through the East, but they ran through the East though.
They did, yeah, they ran.
Okay, so that's where it stops for me.
The Warriors ran through the West that year too.
Okay. So stop making excuses for LeBron. You ran through the East. You just weren't good enough to win the championship. That's where I don't want to hear that KD shit. Oh, they stacked the deck. That's for them. That's for these youngins that was born in anybody. That conversation comes from people born in 1990 and up. Anybody like we just don't make. I'm sorry, man. We just don't make excuses. We just don't. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Well, that can't be your argument when the deck is stacked in your favor.
And you know better too. You know better than making all them excuses. I'm know better, bro. I'm not making
excuses. I'm just saying I'm not going to take away the man made the finals his own personal yearly television show. He made NBA Christmas Day his own personal celebration of him every year. This is a guy that's not like just some chump change. A basketball.
I didn't say he was.
A basketball statesman, all-time leading scorer. He doesn't have the championship success that Michael Jordan has? No. But everything else, he's better.
Nah, bro.
Killer instinct.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and we can move on. Now, be honest. And Mike even said it himself. He said if I was playing for records and stats and all that, I would have never retired in 1993. And I truly believe him. If that was his, but bruh, you think if Mike would have played in 94 and 95, probably would have played in 99, you don't think he would have had those points? You don't think so?
His last season, did he average 20 points a game his last season?
What, with the Bulls or with the Wizards?
In Washington with the Wizards.
Yeah, it was like 21 point. It was like 20. He was the leading scorer both years he played He averaged like 20.3.
Those teams make the playoffs?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Those teams hurt. No, so, but they don't. Those teams don't hurt his legacy.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't it, bro? You're not gonna get no excuses out of me.
Okay, all right. So those teams hurt his legacy.
That hurt his legacy. That hurt his legacy according to LeBron James fans, not to me.
According to LeBron James.
Yeah, because y'all the only ones that keep talking about it.
Okay,
that's
right, cool.
Your man got swept twice in the finals, bro. But that's your GOAT. That's your GOAT.
By the Golden State Warriors.
And by the San Antonio Spurs, he got swept. He got swept twice. It don't matter what year it was or who they had. You got swept twice in the finals. That's a bad stain. Twice in the finals. And you just got your ass swept in the Western Conference Finals when you had everybody all hyped after you beat Memphis and you beat Golden State. Had everybody thinking y'all was going to the championship. That was hilarious to me. And you couldn't even win a game. Moving on.
Going to head coach, NBA head coach GOAT. I'm gonna go with Pat Riley.
Why?
Heat culture. I mean, you could just look at Heat culture. That Heat culture was Knick culture. It was Laker culture. It was Heat culture. It was what they do. And this is about leadership. This is about coaching. This is about having a roster with undrafted free agents that go to the finals every year. He knows what he's doing, and he's passed it on to Eric Spoelstra. Pat Riley, the best to ever suit.
Who did the Lakers have that was undrafted when he won those?
I'm not talking about the Lakers. I'm talking about how they run that Miami Heat team. With the Lakers, he had the fastest cars on the track.
But all the teams he won with, they were stacked. Dex, he had 2 to 3 Hall of Famers on each team he won a championship with. Even though he didn't win with the Knicks, he still had a couple of Hall of Famers on that team, bro. Come on, man. The Lakers team, 3-4 Hall of Famers. The Miami team with LeBron, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, all them dudes. D-Wade.
A series that Pat Riley was outcoached.
Us. The Bulls. 93. The Bulls.
Were the Lakers the favorites coming into that series? No. The Bulls were
Which
the favorites
one?
coming into that series. And
no. Whoa. I'm not talking about, no, he wasn't there coaching 90 when we won our first one. Dunleavy was the coach. I'm talking about when he was with the Knicks.
Okay.
When Riley was with the Knicks. Dunleavy was the Lakers coach. When they went up, when we basically just put the gentleman sweep on their ass.
So you're gonna take the Knicks thing. Okay. He made the Knicks into a Eastern Conference power.
Okay. Never got out. They never came out of the East until Mike retired.
Oh boy.
That was like that right there. That had to be embarrassing as a fan. You're like, woo, thank you, Mike. You went there.
Michael Jordan been retired for 30-something years now, right? You aware of that?
Well, you brought his name up.
But you know he's retired for 30-something years now, right?
And he's still being talked about every damn day of the week.
How about your coach?
Oh, you really gotta ask me that?
Phil
Jackson. Honorable mention, Greg Popovich.
What happened to Phil Jackson in the series versus the Detroit Pistons?
I don't know. I don't because I wasn't.
Brown happened.
I wasn't a Laker fan.
Larry Brown happened.
Not a Laker fan. I don't know.
Oh, now you're not a Laker fan.
Whoa! Come on, bro! Don't do that, man.
Phil Jackson.
I didn't root for no Lakers.
No, I'm not saying you root for the Lakers. So Phil Jackson, Chicago Bulls era is the GOAT, but Phil Jackson Laker era gets a pass. You sound like the young.
Nah, he don't get a pass. He had a three-peat. He had another three-peat. Not a win 2, lose 1, come back. He had a three-peat. Oh man, easy. This dude got 3 three-peats, bro. 3. That's insane. Not even the LeBron James fans to pick Red Auerbach. Half these motherfuckers don't even know Red Auerbach. They keep, but Red Auerbach was better. You got 27-year-old kids out here talking about Red Auerbach.
Don't know nothing about Red Auerbach.
Look, you even got 27-year-old kids talking about Pat Riley. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
See that Pat Riley is the architect of what's going on in Miami. And
this is how I got it.
In Miami.
Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, Pat Riley.
All right, there you go.
That's what it is for me.
I have no problem with that. Point guard, I'm going Magic Johnson.
Easy.
To me, this is this seems to be a debate that comes up a lot,
I
and I'm
know.
like,
It's just something to talk
I
about,
don't
bro.
see
I
how it's
know.
not.
I know. I know. And I hate agreeing with you, but I got to. Oh, it's
I mean,
magic.
all of those years, a double-digit assist, the way he changed the game, the kind of player he was, a leader. I don't really see. I don't want to say it's not close, but to me, I figured we would agree on this one.
It's gonna always be Magic for me. No, I'm not a Laker fan. I just love Magic. When I was a kid, just started watching basketball in the early '80s. Like all we ever saw on Sundays, because there was no Thursday night TNT and Wednesday night ESPN games. It was just Sunday NBA games. So all they really showed back then was Philadelphia, Boston, a little bit of Milwaukee, definitely the Lakers. Houston got some run. Then Detroit started getting a lot of run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Magic just changed the whole landscape of the game. 9 finals appearances. He don't get no pass for he receives no passes for the 4 that he lost. He just lost.
Yeah.
He just lost. No passes, no excuses, you know. He just lost. But man, the Lakers dominated the 80s. They went to 9 championships in 11 years. That's crazy.
And Magic Johnson definitely
That's
a big part of that. Let's move to the NFL. GOAT player for me in the NFL. To me, it's about 4 people
I know
that I really wanted to go with right here.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it was because of those Sunday afternoons. This is pre-Red Zone. This is pre-NFL Sunday Ticket. And the only thing that I could watch was the Jets and the Giants. But I swear to you, I've never seen nothing like Lawrence Taylor.
No question.
To be a defender and to be able to dominate the game like that, you know what I'm saying, where he couldn't be blocked. He would single-handedly wreck a game plan. The Giants were never a great offensive team, but Lawrence Taylor made sure they was in games. And when he had to score, he would score as well. The Thanksgiving Day game against the Detroit Lions, where he went crazy. Obviously, the big interception NFC Championship game in Giant Stadium. So many plays.
Obviously sent me to bed early on Monday night when he broke my favorite quarterback's ankle at that time. Yeah. Oh man, what a sad night that was for me.
Yeah. Lawrence Taylor is just as distraught over that play as Joe Theismann is. Like, he's never watched the play again. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And it's genuine. It's genuine. It's not phony. It's not phony. Absolutely. Because if you remember when it happened, who was the first person to look over the sideline? I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember the color TV my parents had just bought when I watched that game. And I remember Lawrence Taylor was like, and he was like, yeah. Remember it like it was yesterday. Yeah, it's like, look, hey, bro, it's literally giving me goosebumps talking about it. Like, yeah.
Now, I was a little bit different, so I'm a little bit younger, so I had to go to bed.
Sure.
So I ended up seeing it on Good Morning America the next morning.
Yeah. Remember,
when I was getting ready for school, you know what I mean?
It was a big story.
And then I was just like, even seeing that, I was like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it was a big story.
I go Lawrence Taylor and trust me, well, I don't want to say who was close. Go ahead and you say yours.
Oh, man. It's between. See, man, I got 3, man. I can't just say one, because when I think about Lawrence, and I'm like, damn, but Joe Montana. And then when I think about Joe Montana, I got to go with the GOAT, Brady.
Oh, Brady, interesting. Yeah.
Oh, Brady. Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
Listen, I held out on Tom Brady for a long time, right? But the comeback versus Atlanta is when I was like, this is
2016.
This is legendary shit right here. You know what I'm saying?
2016. Yeah, that was insane. That was insane. And that overrated ass Kyle Shanahan. Yeah, but anyway, y'all gonna see how overrated he is. He just can't get over the hump, man. He just can't get over it. Yeah, but that was bad play calling, bro, and you know that. That was bad play calling for Atlanta. If they were in field goal range, if they kick that field goal, the Pats don't win. They don't go to overtime.
Yeah,
they were on there.
They took that bad. Matt Ryan took that. He won the MVP that year. He took that bad sack. I mean,
we took the bad sack. Why do you just hand the ball off?
Yeah, that's what the problem was. They stopped running. The Patriots couldn't stop Devontae Freeman.
That's all Kyle Shanahan.
He was getting ready to win the Super Bowl MVP, son.
That was all Kyle Shanahan. He called the plays. Kyle Shanahan called the plays. Matt Ryan don't call the plays.
This is when Dan Quinn has to step in and say, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah,
The
man.
head
But
coach has to stop it. The head
first year
coach
Super
has
Bowl.
to stop it.
Yeah, first year Super Bowl head coach. Probably nerves came into play. I get it. I mean, obviously, the better coach won, but I still think Atlanta outplayed them. They outplayed them thoroughly for 3 quarters, bro. They outplayed them. I'm talking about thoroughly for 3 quarters.
I tell people this all the time. They could have had New England could have had a stretch, back-to-back losses to the Giants, lost to the Seahawks, lost to the Falcons. That should have happened. They should have lost 4 straight Super Bowls.
Right. But they didn't. But they didn't.
And there's a reason why they didn't, and we'll get to that reason why in a minute. So your quarterback is Brady.
Definitely.
For me, quarterback, I'll be honest with you. Like I said, Brady took the top spot after the comeback in Atlanta. But Peyton Manning was legendary. Now, Peyton Manning was notoriously terrible in the postseason. And he threw an interception. That Saints Super Bowl, his legacy was on the line. A 2-minute drive to win the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning, who we've seen do it time and time and time again in the regular season, when the light was brightest, he threw a pick 6 to give the Saints that championship. And that's when I said it's either Joe Montana or Tom Brady.
And he made me money. Indianapolis -7. Indianapolis -7 over the New Orleans Saints. I took New Orleans, man. Hey, what was that kid's name? Tracy something? Who intercepted?
His first name was Tracy. I can't remember his
Tracy, yeah, I can't remember his name. Man, when he caught that, and I remember I was at a Super Bowl party, and when he caught that to go the other way, I was like, yeah! I can't do it, man. I probably bust my mic over. I was like, go! 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 Yeah, I'll never forget that. Indianapolis -7. Now, let me say this as far as, like, with my quarterbacks. It's Brady for me, 1A. 1B is Montana. Mm-hmm. My 1C, and, like, he's my guy, is John Elway. Finally, when he got some help. Now I sound like a LeBron James fan.
You sure do.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. When he finally got some help, what'd he do? Repeat it. And a lot of NFL teams there was no back-to-back championships in the NFL. The Cowboys won back-to-back. Denver Broncos won back-to-back. Huh?
Should have won 5. That's neither here nor there.
Did Pittsburgh win back-to-back in the 70s?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, it's only so many teams that won back. San Francisco won back-to-back. The Cowboys, the Broncos, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. As far as back-to-back. So, yeah, and Elway was phenomenal in 97 and 98. He was phenomenal. He was that dude. He was. And I remember somebody asked me back in the 90s, if you was to start a franchise, who would you take, Montana or Elway? I said Elway all day. I was like, what? No, y'all don't understand. Elway is a go-getter. Like, he's a dog, bro. Like, he's going to always keep you in games. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just a dog, man.
I do got to call you to the carpet on your Elway love, because that guy coaching Elway, you talk about that family bad. That Shanahan family?
No, I talked about his son bad. It's a difference.
So Mike is...
But his son and his father and son are two different people. Yeah, they come from the same tree, but come on, man.
That's the same talent evaluation. That's the same game plan.
Good try, okay. Fantasy exec. Good try. That shit don't work over here. Man, you know better than to come with that with me. Good try, though. Good.
Let's go, before we get out of here, let's go head coach, GOAT head coach, NFL. I tell a story like this. To begin the 2013 season, Bill Belichick was asked in the first press conference what was the most important thing to his team this year. And he said red zone defense. He said red zone defense is either going to make or break this team. In the 2013 playoffs and the Baltimore in the division round game, a battle against the Baltimore Ravens, but Baltimore had a 2-score lead. That game was won on a red zone
Red zone
interception.
defense. That's right. It sure
And then you
was.
go to the Super Bowl, a red zone interception. When I heard that, to be that locked in, for Bill Belichick to know his team that
Yes,
well,
sir. Yes,
I was
sir.
like, this guy's the greatest.
Yes, sir.
And it also
Easy.
reminds me that Dan Quinn this year, when asked about the Cowboy defense, he said red zone defense would be the key. Here we come, baby. How about them Cowboys? Yes.
Dan Quinn said red zone defense.
There you go, baby.
Like Bill Belichick did
Yes, he did.
in 2013. And Corey predicts history will repeat itself. I got it all written down, bro. I got it all written down, man. I got it all written down.
Do we agree, Bill Belichick?
Of course.
I was very close.
Of course. Of course.
I love Bill Parcells.
Of course.
I think Bill Parcells is 1A. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a big fan of Mike Tomlin. I think Mike Tomlin is a Hall of Fame head coach. I think Andy Reid's a Hall of Fame head coach. And I think Sean McVay will one day be a Hall of Fame head coach. But the best is Bill Belichick.
See, unfortunately, my 1B and 1C are from the 80s. Give me Bill Walsh, 1B, 1C, Joe Gibbs. One with 3 different quarterbacks, went to the playoffs every year except for 1 year during his tenure. You know, he won with 3 different running backs. You know, so, yeah. Definitely give me Joe Gibbs. Come on, don't do that, bro. So, listen, I'm going to give you the opportunity to talk about that strike bullshit. So go ahead, because that's all you ever. Oh, it was a strike season. Yeah, bro, you're always kicking that to me, man. You always kicking that to me, bro. Nobody else won. It was 30 teams in the league.
No, I agree with you. I agree. I'm not going to give you a hard time over that. Did he ruin his legacy when he came back, though?
No.
When he came back, he was out of his. He was out of his league.
Not nationally or locally.
When he came back, he.
I understand that. For 4 years. He went to the playoffs twice, and he didn't go to the playoffs twice.
Okay.
I understand what you said. The first 2 years he didn't make it. His last 2 years he went to the playoffs back to back. Like I said, he even admitted the game had changed. The game passed him by a little bit. Took him a couple of years, to get his feet wet, to kind of see what was going on. He did make that bonehead call, that timeout he called, but that was the next day after they went to Sean Taylor's funeral. So, his head went in. We played against Buffalo. He called a timeout we didn't have, and it cost us the game the very next day. They just went to Sean Taylor's funeral the day before. And they had to play a game the very next day. He even said he was drained. That was a draining week for fans. When Sean Taylor was killed that week. That was a draining week for us. So imagine his teammates and his team. They still got to practice. The game wasn't going to be canceled because Sean Taylor was killed. You know what I'm saying? So
if Sean Taylor would have continued his career,
oh man,
he'd have had a gold jacket.
Oh man,
he would have had a gold jacket. He would have been
unbelievable.
The 2-time defensive player of the year type player. That's the kind of talent Sean Taylor had, and that comes from somebody who's a Dallas Cowboy fan. That man was.
Yeah, you can't deny it. Yeah, you can't deny it. That's just like me. That's just like me with Michael Irvin when he played for the kid. Yeah, I was a Redskin fan, but can't deny it.
That's like you with Micah Parsons.
Oh, please.
What?
Please.
Oh,
please.
Wait, really?
Please.
Really?
It's just a matter of time. Because I remember. I remember back.
Wait, was not 30-1? What was that? Was it 50-1 to win the MVP? Micah Parsons, 50-1 to win the league's MVP award. You better a little how you doing on that, Blaze. You better open up that app and put a little how you doing on that.
No. I'll save my $10 for something else. Appreciate that. Oh man. So now, man, it's definitely Belichick, Bill Walsh. And now Bill Walsh has some spectacular teams. He had 2 GOATs. He had the GOATed wide receiver and some considered the GOATed quarterback. But
the way that team, the backstory behind how that team was built.
Yeah.
It's not like these players were
right.
First, number 1 draft picks and stuff. Like Jerry Rice, small school guy, they noticed that immediately. They saw Joe Montana and immediately went
at Notre Dame.
Guy. Yeah, exactly. Steve Young. Nobody in the organization
Nobody.
wanted Steve Young. He
Nobody.
was like, no, we got to get him
Yeah.
here. So
Yeah.
no, he definitely was an innovator in this
Absolutely.
league, and he's definitely is a guy that should.
That is his offense. The West Coast offense is his offense.
Yeah,
it's
you
his
can't
offense.
tell the
He drew it
story
up.
of the NFL without Bill Walsh. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
absolutely.
So definitely,
Absolutely.
I would agree with you on that one, which
Absolutely.
is also very rare. But we could be back later on this week. Try to get you some more good information, some picks and stuff like that. So stay
Great
tuned.
show, buddy. Great show.
Good stuff, my man. Stay tuned. Got plenty of stuff coming up. Football right around the corner. Season getting ready to get started for my man Blaze, the Double R's, Corey Parson, the fantasy executive. Arch rivals. We out.